Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Lakers play the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, of course. Game 2 of the first round of the playoffs. The game's at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, here in Los Angeles. And the first game did not go well for us, as we all probably know by now. We lost 117-95, only scored 95 points. That's the third time we have scored under 100 points against this team this season, if I'm not mistaken. Energy was bad. I blasted them. They embarrassed me, I felt, and I made sure they knew it, and that's really what it is. X's and O's don't really tell the story. Effort and urgency was not there for our team, organization as it pertains to defensive principles. We're just backwards, scheming open players that are known for shooting well against us. Offensively, we didn't move the ball around. I think we only had like 16 assists as a team. I just thought the team was not utilized properly at all. I thought this was one of the worst games JJ has coached, and him coming off a week of preparation, for us to come out that way, he has some work to do to gain our trust in this series. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Our team has to play better. Give credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They played exceptionally well, but they ain't been losing too many games. In fact, they've lost only one of their, like, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, one of their last 11 games, you guys. So, with them on, and the one game that they lost was the Bucks game. They had a 20-something point lead, 24-point lead going into the fourth quarter. So they're not losing at all. This is probably the best team in basketball over the last 2 weeks. And we approached them like we just entitled to win. And I'm telling you, they're winning, not us. And so if this continues, we could play our best ball. If they continue to play the way they've been playing, we could still happen to lose, which is why us coming out against them in game 1 this way was egregious and could have potentially cost us the series, believe it or not. This is why I said in the beginning of game 1, you can't fart around. And that's exactly what I meant, farting around, because you have to consider their best player is probably going to get a game, and you have to consider the referees are probably going to take one from you. So if you drop this game, you still haven't, in theory, run into those games that otherwise I think are inevitable in most series. So yeah, the urgency for us to win is win or go home, as far as I can tell. Because if you lose game 2, headed back to their house with your home record, being what you have the strength of, and your road record being as weak as it's been, I can't expect for you to win out there. You may get a game out there, but to expect to get 2 games out there, that's pie in the sky, damn near, when you consider how well this team has been playing for the last 2 weeks. So the urgency for the Lakers is win or go home tonight. I think if you don't bring Game 7 energy tonight, you're probably going to lose the series one way or another. You may get them 2 games out of them somehow with your back against the wall, but you think you're going to win 4 straight against this team, you're a damn fool, in my opinion. And that's what's probably going to be required if you lose tonight's game. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm beyond frustrated with the Lakers, because I think they thought this was something that it's not. These are the playoffs. I think they thought because they avoided Golden State or some stupid crap that they going to beat a team like Minnesota. If you even just glance at what Minnesota's been up to, you know damn well that that's not smart. Just glance at how they've been playing since the 28th of March, and you understand that's not smart. So I have no reason to believe the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to play well enough to win tonight. The Lakers have to play better than them in order to win tonight. And I just don't know that the Lakers showed me anything in game 1 that makes me think that that's actually what we're going to see tonight. I don't think they've shown me anything against this team this season that makes me think we're going to see that tonight. So with me feeling this way, I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to watch and see. Most of these series, so far we've seen series get tied. Detroit won last night. Clippers won last night, tied those 2 series. Every other series has been playing, has only played 1 game. We need to tie up this series tonight. We need to do that. Because if we don't, the odds of us winning this series goes out the window. And then it's just back against the wall for the rest of the way against a team that's faster, stronger, bigger than you with home court advantage. So there's nothing else to say. The first game was one of those things where I was frustrated, not just that we lost, but how we lost. Tonight, I don't care how we lose. Any way we lose is going to be catastrophic. You can't lose. It ain't about how you. I don't care if you lose at the buzzer. I don't care if you lose by 70. Any form of loss tonight is catastrophic for our season. So that's how the Lakers need to come urgent, very urgent. We don't have to go over X's and O's of the previous 5 games. We already did that. If you guys care to see that type of thing, I would refer you back to the pregame of Game 1, and I'm going to say that for the rest of the series because I ain't going over no more numbers, with the exception of maybe the previous game. For which with this one, I'm not going to be reading off like that. I'm really not. It's just not necessary. But what I can do is go over some of them team stats. Tell you how bad we shot. 39% from the field, 33 of 83. That's not going to cut it. Volume ain't high enough. Obviously, the makes were terrible. 15 of 41, 36% from the 3. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. I think you can get away with that most nights. Problem is your defense didn't hold them to under 50%. They were 21 of 42 from the 3 and 44 of 86 from the field. So they shot more than you, made significantly more than you in both of those categories. This is just not, that's not going to cut it. On your home floor, that's not going to cut it. And so they beat us on the boards 44 to 38. We did get them on the offensive glass, but that's because we missed significantly more. Ain't a whole lot of offensive glasses to miss, to make up for if they're not missing a shot. You know what I'm saying? They didn't miss, so there shouldn't have been much to clean up for them. And that they were able to get 11 offensive rebounds when shooting over 50% from both the 3 and the field tells me that we didn't rebound the ball very well. So our assist numbers, 15, as I said, terrible. They had 29. Our defense was terrible. Our offense was terrible. You know, we turned the ball over more than them. We gave up more points off of turnovers than them. They had more points in our paint. They killed us in the fast break. They're not even expected to be that good in the fast break. But they killed us there. I mean, we just got outplayed, outmatched. The only category where I think we really did well was the foul category. They had 21. We had 10. But they were more aggressive. That's what that tells me. They were more aggressive. And even in fouling us as much as they did, they were able to make up for it with hot shooting and great defense. If they continue on that path, y'all, we're going home. We're going home in the first round just like we did last year against the Denver Nuggets in a similar fashion. And Minnesota is a very good team who beat the Denver Nuggets last year. So I just don't think we came out in the first game of this series respecting the opponent, being cognizant of our own flaws going up against this opponent. And I don't know that you come back from that, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know if you come back from that. But the Lakers are going to have to prove to me that you can. I've seen teams come back from this. I have, definitely. Many times have I seen teams lose game 1 and win the series. But more than not, I've seen teams lose game 1 and lose the series. So my frustration, especially when they had home court advantage, my frustration with this first game is compounded many ways just because I don't think this team was serious at all. I don't think they were serious at all. I think they came out like this was a preseason game. I don't even think they brought the energy of a regular season game to this game. I think they came out just automatically sighing a breath of fresh air because they got the matchup that they thought was good without actually doing any homework on the team. Ill prepared. You know, I was looking at the Lakers post on Facebook showing, pictures of practice yesterday. They said they had a really good practice yesterday. Cool, you needed it. You need more too. And I put the word urgency on it. And Alex Lynn's account liked that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Alex, even though I've been bashing you on this channel. Shout out to him. We need everybody to be urgent, and we need size on the floor. 8 minutes for Jackson Hayes. If you think you're going to beat a team of Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid with only 8 minutes played by your real center, I don't see it. I'm sure there are basketball aficionados that'll tell you, yeah, you can run the small ball. I'm telling you, I don't see it. Not the way they're playing, especially when they can morph into small ball units that are better than yours. They can. So I don't like where we're at right now. We have to earn my faith in this series. Y'all gonna have to earn that. Because at this point, I looked at y'all and I just said, man, this team is about to get swept. The way they approach game one, I would be surprised if a team that approaches that game that way, I'm surprised if they win any games in that damn series. Independent of me being a Laker fan and this happened to be the Lakers. If any team come out looking like we did in game one, I'm surprised you win any games in that series. Especially with the deficiencies to the roster, speed, size, and athleticism and length that we have in comparison to theirs. I'm surprised you win any games. And that's exactly where I'm at. And if you think I'm okay with that, you haven't followed me at all. So I don't doubt the Lakers can play better, like I said. They will play better. Will it be enough? Are we actually better than Minnesota? Not over the last 2 weeks, we're not. No. And so you're going to have to play better to beat better, or to have a chance at beating better. That's for damn sure. So like I said, this video ain't about no X's and O's. I don't, them numbers, that's about as many numbers as I really care to go over, man. Box score was embarrassing for most players not named Luka Doncic. And even he needs to stop turning the damn ball over. He led the team in turnovers, 5 of them. They ain't going to cut it, bro. That needs to improve. The numbers that most are concerning to me are 3 minutes for Dalton Knecht, 6 minutes for Jordan Goodwin, 8 minutes for Jackson Hayes. That's where I really have a problem. 14 minutes for Vanderbilt in this series. That's where I have a problem. Shrinking your bench and expecting that to be enough when those guys are outsized. I don't care that they're Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James are, decorated players and all this and that. They outsized, outmatched, outspeeded. You need to use your guys to help match up with the people that are going up against you, especially when they're on a string and they have more weapons to throw at you. It's just not smart to shrink your bench. I made a whole video talking about this. In fact, I've made several videos talking about this over the years. Shrinking your bench makes sense when a lot of your bench is trash. And while a lot of our bench is trash, we don't have to shrink it as much as we have. Especially when you got Dorian Finney-Smith and Rui Hachimura, who are average players, man. They're good at what they do, but they're average in other areas. I don't need Rui and Dorian to have 33 minutes and then look up and see Dalton with 3 minutes. Dalton is expected to be better than both of those people when he becomes who he's going to become. He may be better than those people at what he's good at already. I'm not saying you shrink Dorian's minutes or Rui's minutes necessarily, but you definitely increase Dalton somehow. You definitely increase Jordan Goodwin somehow. Those two players need to be inserted into this series. Now, I got on J.B. Bickerstaff's case for not playing Ron Holland in game one. He put Ron Holland on the game yesterday and they won. Didn't have to give them all the minutes in the world, but you do have to give the other team a look at something fresh that can potentially speed past them. The Lakers need to adjust just like JB did. Don't bench these players anymore, JJ, or you're going to have the same result, bro. And know this, JJ, your team has not scored well against the Minnesota Timberwolves all season long. In fact, this is one of the better games where we scored against them. Believe it or not. That is beyond alarming, y'all. Beyond alarming. Let's go over that again. In the regular season, the Los Angeles Lakers' first game was 110-103. That was the first game of the season. We got on Timberwolves for not having energy. We mentioned that a couple times in this week. The second game, 109-80, ladies and gentlemen, on December the 2nd. You scored 80 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves and gave up 109. 11 days later, on the 13th of December, the Minnesota Timberwolves won 97-87. You scored 87 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves. In the game you just played, you scored 95. That's better than those two games. And in the fourth game, we won 111-102, but it was the game where Ant-Man was removed. Not too impressive. Not too impressive. Nas Reed went 1 for 10. You expect that to happen? Jaden McDaniels, who didn't miss a damn shot damn near in the last game, went 6 for 18. Do you expect that to happen? Anthony Edwards getting ejected from the game before it ended. As you clearly see, it was a close game. Do you think that's the outcome if he stays in the game? I don't know. He had shot 50% in that game from the field, 6 of 12. You know what I'm saying? So, Lakers better get it together. Now, there is something I haven't mentioned at all on this channel that I think is important, and that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker's footwork. In the highlights that I watched, his footwork has been good, man. He has really elevated his game. I don't know if he's always had that, but his footwork looked phenomenal on both sides of the floor. We're going to have to be careful with the balance and footwork of a Nickeil Alexander-Walker on both sides. He's an Alexander, man. His cousin is probably going to be the MVP this year. And he's a very good player as well, so we need to respect Nickeil Naw, as they call him, in this series. Rob Dillingham is expected to miss this game tonight. Not that they ever going to play him anyway, but he's out. And, of course, for us, we are still missing, what's my guy's name? Give me a second. Maxi Kleber. He's still out. But everybody else is healthy on both sides. Your Lakers going to be wearing yellow tonight at home, and they're going to be wearing white on our floor in this playoff game. So, yes, that's it, man. I don't really have too much else to say, to be honest with you. The Lakers need to earn my faith in this particular matchup. Otherwise, I expect us to go home in 5. Lakers in 5? Yeah, Lakers going home in 5 if they don't get their act together. BDL 44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.